Welcome back, brothers and sisters. Hope you're well. Hope you're keeping well. Welcome back to the knowledge of the holy as we continue the story of Joseph and his trials. So like I said, we were going through this whole trial phase where we looked at Job, we looked at Daniel. We're now going to look at Joseph, and then we're going to go back to Daniel and look at the three Hebrew boys and Daniel's time in the lion's den. And then we're going to look at Jesus Christ's trial as well. So welcome back to this series. So we continue Genesis 41 from 9 to 14, and we read, Then spake the chief butler unto Pharaoh, saying, I do remember my faults this day. Pharaoh was wroth with his servants, and put me in ward in the captain of the guard's house, both me and the chief baker. And we dreamed a dream in one night, I and he, we dreamed each, main according to the interpretation of his dream. And there was there with us a young man, an Hebrew, servant to the captain of the guard. And we told him, and he interpreted to us our dreams. To each man according to his dream did he interpret. And it came to pass as he interpreted to us. So it was, me he restored unto mine office, and him he hanged. Then Pharaoh sent and called Joseph, and they brought him hastily out of the dungeon. And he shaved himself, and changed his raiment, and came in unto Pharaoh. So we're going to stop there, and then we're going to look at the rest in the next study. So, one main thing to point out here is that, remember, the butler forgot what Joseph had done for him. And it was 2 years later. So after 2 years, the general agitation recalled to the chief butler's mind the circumstances of his own dream. And with it came the memory of Joseph and a pang of remorse for his forgetfulness and ingratitude. So it sort of dawned on the butler how Joseph had interpreted his dream, as well as how Joseph had been kind and been compassionate towards him when he was in prison. And this memory, remorse, or this sort of feeling of ingratitude dawned upon the butler, and immediately he then informed the king of his own dream and that of the chief baker, which had been interpreted by the Hebrew captive, and how the predictions had been fulfilled. Because remember, we saw previously that the interpretation of the dreams was fulfilled to a T, you could say, right? Every bit of the event and even the timeline was fulfilled. So the butler remembers this and puts it forward to the king.